Beginning this weekend and running throughout the summer months, the Calgary Police Service will be targeting drivers unsafely transporting goods to local landfills. Officers will be on location at the Spy Hill landfill, located at 11808 69th Street Northwest, to educate the public and commercial truck drivers about the hazards of unsecure loads, not having vehicles in proper working order, and not having appropriate permits. Each year, the service receives complaints from drivers about debris being blown from trucks and other vehicles, especially those on the way to the landfill. As a result, vehicles are damaged, and in some severe cases, collisions are caused. In many situations, if the offending driver is located by officers, it is determined the vehicle is a violation of rules of the road and not in proper working order. Starting Saturday, May 24th, officers will be enforcing commercial vehicle and equipment regulations and bylaws involving trucks and cars transporting to the Spy Hill landfill. The fine for contravening these regulations can be as high as $500. I'll open it up to you guys for any questions you might have.
Is it a big problem here?
It is a significant problem. I would bet that the majority of the people in this room and the majority of Calgarians have been affected by this in some way, whether it's simply trash on the side of the highway that they've been frustrated with blowing from vehicles, or something as serious as large debris falling off of trucks and causing significant collisions.
Are you going to be handing out a bunch of tickets?
Our primary goal is going to be education. People may not have the resources to find the proper information to know what's correct and what's not, so our primary focus will be that. In some cases of gross negligence, yes, we will be using enforcement.
What are the rules?
The rules of the road and the rules of the bylaw, according to the tarping bylaw, is that all vehicles transporting material to the dump have to be tarped.
All those?
All those, yeah. So appreciatively, in some cases, if people have made a significant effort and perhaps a tarp wasn't used, perhaps a large piece of material was used to cover it, that would also be acceptable as well.
Now, how are you going to, like, sometimes we see those stepped up enforcements where you pull over on the side of the road and you haul everybody in. How is this going to work?
We'll simply be at the entrance of the dump greeting drivers as they come in, and it will be a quick check as to whether or not they're complying with the regulations or not. If it looks like they've made an effort and they're close, then fantastic, we'll wave them through to continue on with their day. But if there are some infractions, then we'll certainly be speaking to them further, and then, like I said, educating them and in some cases enforcing things.
And you're doing this at Spy Hill, a particular reason you're there versus, say, the east side?
Only because I'm in 7 District. This is something that's being picked up by Districts 4 and District 8 as well for the other landfills around the city.
So it's not just, so if somebody listening to this isn't hearing, hey, Spy Hill's doing this, I'm going to go to this other landfill, you guys will be there as well?
This is something that will look to target all landfills throughout the city throughout the summer months, yes.
Can you give some examples of some things that have fallen off, flown off vehicles?
You know, in my career, I've personally responded to ones as insignificant or as minimal as small pebbles coming off of trucks causing cracks in windshields, to as serious as large 4x8 panes of glass sliding off of trailers on a Deerfoot.
And you mentioned in the release that there have been crashes, and some of them were pretty serious. Can you talk a little bit?
Several years ago, we had that fatal collision on Deerfoot Trail where a piece of a large commercial truck came off and went through a windshield and killed somebody. There have been other instances of injuries in relation to things coming off of vehicles as well, yes.
So early on you talked about this in the context of commercial vehicles, but what are you looking at in terms of the weekend warrior who's taking down his fence and going to the dump?
Yeah, as you know, as the summer months come closer and cleanup continues to start, this will be something that touches commercial vehicles as well as the weekend warrior, as you put it, coming forward with his material. So we'll be looking to speak to both of those.
And you mentioned this was a significant problem. Is it more heightened at the start of the spring and summer when people are doing that cleanup?
Absolutely it is. In the winter months, I know I'm not particularly inclined to go out and clean up my yard. So as summer comes and as community cleanups continue, as spring cleanup continues, then yeah, we do see an increased number of attendances at the landfill.
I don't want to get too far into the minutiae of this all, but when you talk about tarping, I mean, what is a proper tarp? Or do you see a lot of half-assed sort of efforts? I mean, what constitutes a good tarp?
We see all sorts of different efforts made, absolutely. My suggestion is a good vinyl or industrial-like tarp, and then strap down with tie-downs on top. If people are going to make that effort, it would be much appreciated. Like I said, there are some different scenarios where people have made efforts, and it's certainly acceptable as well.
What are some of the, like, if you hand out tickets or whatever, what are some of the penalties people face for not having proper loads?
Not tarping your vehicle, the fine is $500, which is fairly significant. And with such a significant fine, we want to make sure that only the drivers who are in gross neglect of the regulations are being targeted, because we appreciate that is quite a large fine. We have seen trails of garbage. We've seen trails of debris. I've seen people hooking up trailers without the appropriate hitch, so the hitches are hanging on by a thread, and a bump would dislodge them. I've seen people stacking the back of their pickup truck twice as high as it should probably be allowed, and unsecured the whole time. There's a wide range of things that a small percentage of the population will try to get away with.